A review code was given to me by Qbyte Interactive. Thank you so much, guys. You are incredible and awesome and incredible. Anyways, on to the actual video itself now. We should probably go to the actual video, so we are. To the actual video.
Alright!
And we're back, AdventureBlur here, with a game review. This time around, I'll be reviewing 99Vidas for the Nintendo Switch. So, let's get started. What is 99Vidas, aside of a video game? 99Vidas is a beat-em-up that is heavily inspired by classic beat-em-ups such as Streets of Rage or Double Dragon. As someone who's never played beat-em-ups much, like I'm very, very new to the entire genre, I love this game. The game is pretty much your standard fare when it comes to beat-em-ups. You run around a pretty linear stage, beating up enemies as they come along, using weapons if you can find them, and picking up health as food or whatever it is in the game you're playing. In this game it is food though. That's beside the point. What makes 99Vidas so unique is that, unlike most of them, it has special moves that you can use automatically pretty much. Such as using a powerful orb to destroy pretty much all of your enemies in the area at the time, a charging move that does a ton of damage to nearby enemies, and more. There's seriously a ton of different attacks and moves that you can use. You can also unlock other moves throughout the main story as well. Like, there are so many, I have yet to even get them all, and each character has a unique moveset as well. When it comes to the characters though, there are a lot of great ones, and I really enjoyed every single character I've played as. Out of the ones I've played as, I think my favorite is probably Trish, or what I like to call her Palpatine, because of the obvious reasons. The game's length is really good as well. Each stage is pretty long and it has a ton to do when it comes to different set pieces and whatnot you have to deal with. So like with the first stage, not only do you have to beat up all the enemies in your area, but you also have to worry about a truck coming along that can run you over as well. There's unique set pieces like this that really add to the game and the world itself. And the world. It is incredible in this game. Throughout the game, you'll notice all these little Easter eggs and references in the backgrounds of the stages that just add to the overall experience. And not only that, but even like the unlockable stuff and the pickup stuff you can grab are all references in and of themselves. For example, a way you can raise your score in the overall game is by picking up a certain item, and those items can be a Super Nintendo or a Sega Genesis or a Sega Master System, among others. It's these little things, I love it, okay? I love stuff like that. Those little nods and references are great. And you will actually see throughout the game the Mega Drive logo or Nintendo's logo. Of course it's pixelated enough to where they couldn't get copyrighted, but it's still great. And I love it. Another thing I love, the music. I'll be honest here, I'm not a huge fan of chiptune music or like the 8-bit stuff and all. Like, I like it, I respect it for what it is, but I'm not a huge fan of it personally. There are exceptions, like for original games from that era, like Genesis games music, I enjoy. But games that like try to mimic those, I just don't enjoy that much. But this game's music is like a weird exception, because it's great, and I love it. Like the title screen alone has a great theme song. All the stages all have great music behind them that just really put you in the mood to beat up enemies. And that's kind of the point of the game, so that really helps. I won't spoil the game, but the story is pretty good as well. It's not really story driven, just a ton of great humor overall throughout the entire game. So if you're looking for a really fun and really funny game, this is it. It has a ton of self-referencing humor, and it's very self-aware overall. Really, my only complaints with the game is kind of the controls. I enjoy the controls for the most part, and they work for what they do, but I do think they could be a lot better. For example, the X button is used for jumping. I think that the B button would have worked so much better. I mean, I just keep forgetting that the X button jumps, and that's not the only thing either control-wise. One thing I've noticed is that when I'm in handheld mode, it's like the Joy-Cons have trouble realizing that those are the Joy-Cons I'm using for the game. And it only happens with 99Vidas. For example, I'll have the Switch out of dock, and I go on to 99Vidas, and instead of those controllers on the Switch itself being the ones I use for the game, it somehow recognizes the controllers that are on the other side of the room. I'm not kidding. I don't know why this is an issue. I don't know how to fix it, but it is, and it's annoying. It's fixable. Like, I figured out ways around it. You pretty much just take the Joy-Cons out, click them to where they recognize them as the main controllers, and then you put them back in and they're fine, but it's still annoying that it has to happen like that. Now in this review, I've just gone over the main game of 99Vidas itself. But even then, there's still so much more to do that I haven't even gone to yet. There's this all-new arcade mode, which doubles the size of the regular campaign, but takes away the dialogue and story itself. It's just a go through and you beat people up. Really cool, and I have played it some, and I really enjoy it, though I'm not the best at it. There's an all-new remix mode, which allows you to play through the game with completely changed up enemies and environments. Also really fun, though I haven't delved too much into that just because I still want to play the main story more. There's more enemies, more stages that are exclusive to the Switch version, but seeing as I have the Switch version, I've never played the PlayStation 4 version or any of the others, I can't compare them. So those are all just like regular to me, they're not new for me. Now, in the end, I think I would give this game a 9 out of 10. And this game is really what got me into indie games to begin with. It's just good old-fashioned fun, but it still feels new, you know? It's like that perfect balance of old and new, that it feels like it still recognizes and respects as inspired by old classic beat-em-ups, but it still is a new game and recognizes that it is a new game. So it isn't held back by the past. It's still its own unique game. If you are interested in picking the game up, I will have a link to the Nintendo store page in the description. And thank you again, Cubite Interactive, for giving me the review code. I just really like this game. So, as always, this is AdventureBlur, and I will see you next time. Did I mention you can beat people up in this game? You get to do that. That's the entire game. It's cool, right?